Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope we're all well. And in today's video, I'll be sharing with you my uni experience and advice. So this video is mainly aimed at people who are about to start uni, or if you're in your first year or second year, or if you just want to make the remaining years in your uni the best, then this video is for you. So first, I'll be talking about my uni experience. But if you're not interested in that, if you're just here for the advice part, then you should check in the description below for timestamps. Okay, a little bit of background. I study at Gregory University and I've just finished my last year in school. And honestly, the whole experience has been a bit bittersweet. I'm so grateful that I got to go to school. These 5 years have helped me grow like as a person and find balance. So I'll be telling you about everything. But I won't go into details because it's too much. I'll just like rapid fire through some it all. So my first year, when I first resumed school, I resumed a bit late. School had already started before I resumed. So I had this worry that I would come to school and I'll be struggling to catch up, or I won't find friends, because I just thought that everybody must have already made their own friends and it's hard for me to fit in. And I didn't know anybody as of then. Like when I go news, I was going to this school. I didn't know anybody there, and I didn't know anybody that was going there. So I was like how lonely would I be? But it turns out that wasn't the case. Like when I sorted out my admissions and everything, they were kind enough to put me in the group chat, like the class group chat. So from there, I met people, and some people were actually so outgoing. They approached me and became friends. That was even before I resumed. So online, I found some friends already. Then when I came to school and I met them in person, it was all good. Like we got closer. They really brought me out of my shell that period, because I really had this fear that I was going to be lonely. And at the point, some instances I was kind of, because these are just people I'm just getting to know. So there's always that, But then I decided that this was going to be a fresh start for me, because you're only young ones, you only go to uni once. These are like the years for us. So I just decided that, okay, I'm just going to fake this confidence. I'm just going to live my uni life drama free, but fun filled. I don't know how to explain it, but I just knew already from start that I wanted to do well in my studies, but I also wanted to like get that full on uni experience. Okay, so to be very honest with you, academically, I struggled a bit like that first year, because I told you I resumed late. School classes had already started. They had already like done things, and I just came. I didn't know what was going on. And the moment I came, like few days after, they gave a test, and I didn't do very well in the test. So I kind of felt bad for failing. But at the same, no, I didn't fail. I just didn't do well, but I didn't fail, sha. But I knew I wanted to do well, and then that brought like some kind of pressure on me, because I didn't know what was happening, and yet I was thinking, can I even do it? Well, I just put that aside. I tried as much as possible to catch up with what they had already done. Then COVID happened. It was 2020, so we had to go home for like the lockdown period, and we were doing Zoom classes then. And I was at home. I had no motivation to read whatsoever, but I just had this pressure being like on my head that I want to do well, I have to do well, but I just didn't have motivation to read. Then before the lockdown got called off, they called us back to school that we should come and write exams. And I was like, where do I start from? I know that writing exams in uni is not the same as writing in secondary school. At that point, I was just like, what do I do and how do I do it? Can I do it kind of thing? But because of the people that I met, my friends that I'm so grateful for, they literally helped me that period of time. And I I was able to write the exam. And once I wrote those exams, I was like, okay, I have seen it now and I can do it now. So my first year just went by in a breeze, because I didn't spend much time in school that first year because of COVID period. When the second year started, I did not want to go back to school, because I was like, this whole thing. I wanted to graduate already so bad. I just wanted to be done with the whole thing. But I always say the only way out of school is through school. So I was like, okay, if you want to finish that bad, then you might as well just actually finish. My second year taught me a big lesson. Like I learned a lesson the hard way. Our timetable for classes was spread out inconveniently. There was morning class, then you have like a huge break. Maybe I won't have any class until afternoon. And our hostels were far from the college. So once anything should happen, if you should ever leave class and go back to hostel, it would be so hard for you to come back when it's time for class. And that made it so that it was hard for me to attend some specific classes. Though I used to attend, I attended class, but kind of relaxed about this whole class attendance thing. Second year was a big lesson for me, because I noticed that it was that period I had to decide what kind of student I wanted to be. I knew what I wanted, right? So how can I work towards it? Like I checked myself. I was like, me just relaxing all the time, like it's not going to work. And I promised myself that as long as I'm not sick, I will not like skip classes. If I can, I would attend, even if it's on the moon. if I can, I will attend. And it worked out for me greatly, because once I formed that habit, it wasn't like something I thought I could choose. I just felt now I had to do it. Not, I can't like decide, oh, can I, do I want to? I just had to do it. So my third and fourth year were amazing. I'm rounding it up together because, well, significant things happened though, but I can't start detailing it out. So I met a lot of people. I think I met the most people in my third year, because I changed hostels, I changed rooms, so I was able to meet people that I didn't have the opportunity to meet in my first year, and I'm really grateful that I met them. Wonderful, wonderful people that I'm still friends with to this day, and I will be friends with them till after. That's one thing that I'm grateful for. I just had fun. I just really had fun. My third and my fourth year, they were like one of the highlights of my uni years. They were just so drama free and easy, kind of, but not all the time. There were periods in my third year and even in my fourth year where I felt frustrated because of school, maybe, or something like, because of maybe something happened in hostel and I was not happy or something like that. But if I were looking at it from an overall view now, I attach happy emotions to it. That's why I would say that overall I had a genuinely good uni experience, and I want to share some tips and advice in case you're just starting uni and you just want a very wonderful experience as well. I want to also say, when I say experience, there's no specific kind of experience that you have to experience in uni. Basically, it's all up to you what you decide is your perfect uni experience. But I'll just be giving you overall general tips to just kind of find balance, both academically and socially and mentally. Okay, it's time for the tips. I classify these according to like their categories, like just this aspect, then advice, this aspect, then advice. So my first aspect is roommates and friends. Why I think I would say this is one of the most important is because not only does bad company corrupt good character, but you have to figure out whether the people around you in your environment when you come to school, they have the same values, they have the same morals and manners like with you. Because when you're with somebody that you're incompatible with, and you guys you create this negative energy, it's not going to help you grow, and it's going to make you very unproductive, or just reduce your potential of what you could be doing in school at that point, or in your life in general. Because I know you've heard this before, but you have to be careful of your friends that you keep. You have to be careful of the kind of people you let into your space, into your life. And university, you're meeting all kinds of people here. People you don't know from before, neither do you know their relatives. So watch out for people that tend to discourage you or bring your energy low, and try as much as possible to remove yourself from that situation. I mean this with friends and roommates too. As for the aspect of roommates, I understand that sometimes it may not be up to you to choose who you get to be roommates with, and that's where you have to pray. Really, that's where you have to really pray and hope that you get a good person. And if you're coming to uni, try to be a good person as well, because you will meet people here, you don't want to leave a bad impression on them, and you just don't want to be a bad person in general. So it's important you pray about it and try to find good friends. But bear in mind, if you don't find somebody in your first year, does not mean that you will not find somebody later on. Maybe it could be in your third year or your fourth year. And also, the person you think that you found in first year may not be with you till your last year. I don't know how to explain it, but friends in school are not always constant. You meet people, you learn, you grow close to people, you grow distance from people, just as long as you keep growing as a person. I just believe that every relationship you have in life should benefit you in some kind of way, not in a bad way. I mean, you should be with people that you learn from and people that you can teach something to as well. Like, if you know you want to do well in school, the smartest thing to do is to find somebody that also wants to do well in school, so you guys can work together. Nobody's meant to be alone, and as much as sometimes you do need alone time, I would not advise you to be a loner in school. This was something I had a problem with, like being in my shell too much. But as much as, even if I was in my shell, I'm not an extrovert, I'm an introvert. I like spending time by myself, but at least I have friends that I can call on. I have friends that they can call me and I'll show up for them, and good people that I can share my troubles with or celebrations with. So it's always important to find good people and just keep socializing. Like I said, it's nothing constant. Okay, you find people, you lose people, but you just keep growing as a person and try to be a good person, so people don't pray against you too. On the academic balance, why this comes in second, because, well, it just does. Okay, get your priorities straight. Your education will never leave you. It just matters the most because it's what you're here for. They brought you to school to get a degree, right? And I don't know I won't get into whether you wanted to get this degree or not, but what that matters is that you're here now. You might as well make the best of it. You have to put in the effort, keep showing up. School is not about how smart you are, but it's just how hard you work. And from what I've observed, from what I've seen, and learned. Definitely hard work really pays off. Like, hard work is the key. I believe hard work is the talent, and I don't know how it sounds to you or anybody out there, but I genuinely believe hard work is the talent. It takes discipline and a strong mindset to have a goal and then work towards it with everything that you can, and it's something that I admire and I respect a lot. So keep showing up in school, keep trying hard. Once you get that part under your belt, everything else will fall into place, because we're talking about balance here, balancing your academic life, your social life, everything. When you make a priority list, you see that the academics comes on top, right? So you have to get that settled if you want to have a balanced social life as well. I hope you get it. I'll talk about reading habits later on, but let's move to the next one: your hostel life and health. Okay, life in hostel in school or your accommodations basically is very important. Why I say so is because, after a long day in school, the place where you come back to reset and to relax is your hostel. If your hostel is not conducive for you, or if you're not comfortable there, it's going to be very problematic. But if you do not have anything to do about it, if this is out of your control, then I would advise you to get a routine, because sometimes when you have a routine, it makes things easier for you. Like routine, structure, some kind of structure in your life. This is what works for me. Sometimes I have certain things I do, and it just helps me to relax and wind down and know what to do when, and just have my space to myself. And also try to keep good relation and healthy relationships with your roommates or people around you in that environment. You want to establish and keep boundaries well. Keep boundaries with your things, your environment, your space. Try to be neat, because nobody likes dirty people. Even dirty people don't even like dirty people. So try to keep your space neat. And your health. Health is very important in school. I realized this the hard way when I fell sick during an exam period and I was struggling, but I was just putting my academics first. I was like, okay, I have to write this exam. I was literally seeing white as I was going to write that paper. I didn't end up writing that paper, actually. I had to rewrite it. They gave me the opportunity to rewrite it. But the moral of the story is, put your health first. If you notice you're not feeling well, you want to do, you need to work hard, fine and good. But you cannot work or play when you're sick, and you cannot just function when you're sick. So try as much as possible to watch after your health. Eat well, sleep well, drink enough water, and have first aid drugs like painkillers or something, malaria drugs, I don't know. So try as much as possible to keep your health in check if you can. It's very, very important. Okay, next aspect, social balance. Remember to have fun. It's very, very important that you have fun, because like I said, you will never be young again. This is the time to live out your student years, because after now you will be an adult. You have obligations and you have work and blah blah blah. So right now, just as much as, like I said, when you have your priority list, when you get your academics in check and the ball is already rolling, you figure out that it's way easier to balance your social life with that. So it's very wise to have fun when you're young. Make friends, like I said, socialize, but it's not everybody you let into your space. Have boundaries. Go on walks, go out, go for school activities, enjoy yourself, but be safe and be wise. And take pictures and videos of everything, of yourself included, because you want to look back to these years and think, oh wow, this was me when I was in my year 1, this was me in my year 2. It's very fun and it's very wonderful. I do it all the time. That's part of why I started a YouTube channel. I just want to keep this record, memories, documents of everything. Okay, reading habits. It's very important that you have a good reading habit, because it's not secondary school anymore. Nobody's forcing you to read here, but like I said, you have to decide what you want and how you're going to work towards it. With that, you have to figure out what works best for you. Do you read better under what certain conditions? You have to find out for yourself. Everybody's reading habit is different. Some people read better at night, some read better in the daytime. I've made a detailed video on study tips. It will be linked in my description below, so you can go and check that out. Next aspect, we have budget and savings. Okay, now this part is actually difficult. It may not be difficult for some people, but I just feel like it's something that is not as easy as it sounds. So you're going to have to be very aware of how you spend in school, and once you get this budget and savings part under your belt, in the long run, it's actually very, very, very helpful. Be very aware of how much you spend. Make a good rough estimate of what you spend every week in school, and according to your allowance, of course. This will help you to be more financially disciplined in school, because people will try to sell you things, but it's not everything you buy, because you have to be very aware of your spendings and your savings. And I'll advise you as a student, if you can, you should get a savings, how much you can take off your allowance to keep for emergencies. Like that's what I just always believe, to have savings. Or but if you can't, that's fine. But if you can, you should look into it. You definitely cannot do school without God. Like that's just it. You cannot do school without God. Because sometimes it's not about how well you've worked hard for it, how well you've read for it, or whatever. You just need Him. This part is definitely very, very important. So, you guys, that will be all. I hope you got something from this video. I just wanted to rapid fire through this. I will see you guys in the next video. So, stay tuned for more. And please send me video requests too. If there's anything you want to see, if there's anything you want to know, let me know in the comment section below. Don't be shy and don't be a stranger. Okay, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.